Hi, lovely ladies. Hello, hello. This is Raeeka Yaghmai, the founder and CEO of Dating with Confidence. And I am both in our private Facebook group, Dating Tips for Savvy Single Ladies, and also on our Facebook page, Dating with Confidence, Raeeka Yaghmai. So anyway, I hope you are all having a fantastic Friday. It is beautiful where I am. Sun is out. And I'm so excited because I just got my new haircut and I feel all sassy. And I thought, you know what? Why not jump in the middle of the day and bring in some inspiration for my lovely ladies in my community. And I also want to say hello to the ladies who are going to be getting this in their email inbox, because today I'm actually going to be sharing this with our lovely ladies who are on my community, on my mailing list. So what do I want to talk about today? You know, recently in my, it's interesting, yesterday I had 3 coaching sessions, and all 3 of them had this common theme, and it was about how can I get him to notice me? How can I get him to know that I'm interested? And how can, actually it was interesting because it was also happening on Wednesday. So long story short, the story of the week, the theme of the week was really about vulnerability. And oftentimes we forget that in order to attract the guy that is also ready, like you, to be with a smart and strong woman, is looking for a woman who is ready to take a risk and show that she is ready and available and willing to be there, you know, and be ready to go and jump in the relationship. So I'm going to be fixing this a little bit just to make sure I can see what's going on. And then okay, here we go. So if you are coming on, I would love to hear from you. I know that most of you are going to be at work, but if you happen to be on this live call, please say hello and tell me, where are you connecting with me from? I always want to know who is connecting with me, and I get very excited when I connect with my people live. So without further ado, let's get started. So, you know, let's talk about vulnerability. Let's talk about why is it so scary to put ourselves out there and to be in a place where you are really putting things on the line, putting your ego, your pride, your trust on the line. And hi, Lisa. Lisa says, it just happened. Let me see. I just happened to open my FB and found that you were live. LOL. This is exactly what I needed to hear. Oh my God, this is great. I love it. I love it when I'm talking about exactly what you want. Okay, because I'm so in tune with you, ladies. That's why I'm saying, talk to me. Hi, Angie from Sierra, Kansas. Hi. You know, Angie, I answered your question also in our group. I don't know if you saw it, but I did answer it. So make sure that you check that out, lady. Okay, let me focus, because also the ladies at home are seeing this. And for you ladies at home who are watching this and who are like, who are these people that she's talking to and how are they coming on? I have a private Facebook group where it's really a safe place that I've created for you lovely ladies so that you can connect with me on a more personal level. And as you see, these amazing women are talking to me as I am online live. And I come in the private group every single week and I pick a topic, I give dating tips, and then I answer questions. So any questions that are posted, basically anybody who wants to ask me questions who's not my client, that's the only place that I answer questions. So if you want to be part of that, and if you want to be more interactive, if you want to get more of my support, that's the way to go. I'm so glad you got the message. The answer to your question, Angie, was in the Facebook Live last week. So awesome. So let's talk about, so let me tell you why am I talking about vulnerability? So yesterday I was talking to a client who was telling me that, I've had the conversation with my man, and he knows that I am, really intentional about dating, and that I want to know, where are we? And they've had a kiss, but ever since then, there is this kind of like pulling back happening. And she was like, I'm really mad at him. I'm angry with him because I expect him to do this, that, and the other. And the man has already told her, I've had a bad experience and I'm taking it slow and I need to kind of like see where this is going. I'm also very respectful of you, so I don't want to rush things, right? All right, so isn't it interesting? So I listened to her and I said, are you willing to take a risk and open up to him and let him know that you actually would like for him to get closer to you? Are you willing to take a risk and show him and maybe even initiate touching his hand or creating that intimacy? And she was like, but I want him to do it first. And I said, I want you to just listen to what I have to say, and then you can decide if this is something you want to do or not. See, if a guy is a quality relationship ready guy, oftentimes they will take their time to come forward. And specifically in this situation with my client, he's saying that he needs to take his time, but he hasn't run away. He stayed in that conversation with her. He kissed. He even created a situation where they could actually maybe take a road trip, and she said no to that. So he's kind of like confused. So why is it important that she be the one to open up and create a safe place for him so that he knows that she's in? Because when you do that, when you open space for a man who is ready and willing to go the extra mile, but he's just scared, just as nervous, just as hesitant as you are, giving him that space, giving him that opportunity to win with you doesn't mean that you are being too much, you're being too strong, and you're being kind of like not classy. It actually says, I'm interested in you. I like to get to know you. I'd like to spend time with you. And you're giving him an opportunity to kind of, you're putting the ball in his court, and then step back and see what he's going to do with that. So often I get this from my clients, and this resistance that I am not willing to do that. He needs to make the first, second, third, fourth move, and then I will say, I'm interested. There are so many ways, ladies, that you can show a guy that you are interested without being too much. And all that is creating a little bit of an opening for him to know that you're interested. It doesn't mean that you have to say, you know, right off the bat on the first date, you know what, I want to get married. This is why I'm dating. So therefore, you know, if you're not into it, I'm not into it either. That's not what we're talking about. What I'm trying to say here and what I'm encouraging you to see is that I want to invite you to be the one that creates an opportunity for him to win with you. So what does that look like? It could be something like, you know, I really enjoy my time with you. You know, I told my client, I said, you know, you can tell him, you know, I really enjoyed our kiss. So you're opening the door. You're telling him that it was okay and that it's safe for him if he wants to do that again. Lisa says, oh, I'm sorry for that sound. Lisa says, I had that conversation with my guy and it turns out I was giving mixed signals. He thought I wanted my space when we both actually wanted to show more affection. Woo! That is a big win, Lisa, because we were just talking about that in your session. I am so proud of you. And Lisa, seriously, you are one of those women who took what I put out there and you've like put it, you know, on steroid and like taken it out to the next level. There you go. And here we are. You were just wondering, is he the right guy? What if we don't have chemistry? What if we're not right for each other? Ladies, I can't tell you how many times I hear this, I didn't have chemistry, or there is no chemistry. My question to you is, what are you doing to create chemistry? Chemistry means connection. What are you doing to create that? So let's talk about vulnerability here, because vulnerability is quite often mistook for weakness. And it is not weakness. So if you think vulnerability is a mistake, please raise your hand by saying, I think, you know, or I think vulnerability is a mistake. Just write in the comment below. And even if you're listening to the replay, I go through every single comment. So if you can do that right now, or say, I do. I do means I do think that vulnerability is weakness. If you have that belief, because I did. And there are still moments where I do. I feel vulnerability is weakness. And I have to remind myself that vulnerability is when you create, when you go in a place where you are taking an emotional risk and you are willing to expose yourself to a degree, expose your heart, and you're willing to walk in an uncertain space. Because if you don't, what's at stake is that you never know. So are you willing to never know? Or are you willing to say, I did that? I did that, and I know now. See, for me, I always want to know. And Lisa, you're not alone to say to think that vulnerability is difficult for you. I know there are more people on the line on this live call, so I'd love to hear from you. Because together, when our voices are heard, when we share, it's so much easier to know that you're not alone. You know, one of my idols is Brené Brown, and she is a researcher on vulnerability. And she says, vulnerability is the most accurate measurement for courage. And in order to find love real love, in order for men, for quality relationship ready men who are ready to be with a woman who is just as willing to, be in a relationship like them, you gotta have courage. Because here's the deal, the nature of being in a relationship is to take a risk. There is no way around. There is no guarantee. I wish there was. I wish I could say to you, if you do this thing, you will surely be in a relationship for the rest of your life. But I will be lying to you because I can't predict that, because life is unpredictable. So just like you going to school and learning your skills and then going on job interviews and landing that job that you wanted, you had to be vulnerable. You had to, on the day that you went for that job interview, you were vulnerable. But what's on the line is you either pay for your rent and your bills and are responsible, or you're going to be homeless. That's the same thing with love. And so often we have our boxing gloves up. We're bobbing and weaving and making sure nobody, makes any mistake. We don't make a mistake. He doesn't make a mistake. He doesn't double cross me. And we're walking with this heavy brick wall around us. And then we're like, I don't know why I'm single. Do you see? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? If you are, give me a like or a heart or a yes, I do, so I know you are. And it doesn't matter if you're listening to the replay. Again, participate in this conversation. If you're listening to this at home, email me back. Tell me, what does this video tell you? Because I want to hear from you. It's important for me to hear from you. Because if you're in my community, I take responsibility for how my message is supporting you. So, creating your love life, finding love with a man that's worth it, requires you to expand your comfort zone. And I really don't like to say step out of your comfort zone. I like to say expand. It's like stretching out of it. Or no, I mean stretching the boundaries. It's like pushing the boundaries, like tuning into that 2-year-old, 3-year-old yourself when we were so good at stretching the boundaries with our parents. And then in our teenage years, we did that. You want to do that with yourself now when it comes to your love life, when it comes to anything you want to create. So, because in order to find love, in order to create an amazing partnership with a man that's ready, with a man who is also putting himself on the line, you got to be willing to a point where you're ready to say, I love you first. Now, you might not say it in those words. What I said to my man, when I was really deeply feeling love for him, and we hadn't used the love word yet, I said to him, Tim, I like you immensely. And he took that and he said the L word first. I don't even know why we call it the L word, as if it's like some bad thing. He said, I love you first. Now, honestly, I'm a type of person who doesn't care. I'm so over that. I don't care about it. But at that time, I liked him immensely. And I said it. And are you willing to take that risk? And are you willing to be rejected? And are you willing to work enough on yourself to be resilient and not stopping till you find love? Are you willing to change? Are you willing to have courage to do things differently? Are you willing to use different ways, a different approach to find love? Because let me tell you, that's all vulnerability. And to create your love life in a way that it's amazing and mind-boggling is to do something new and something that you have never done before. And that happens when you're vulnerable, when you're willing to take an emotional risk, to be exposed, and to walk in that field of uncertainty. I call it the field of possibility. So I wanted to tell you this. I wanted to share this with you today because many of you are going on dates. And for many of you, you're really promising yourself and telling yourself that 2018 is going to be your year of love. So I want to invite you to think about this. Tell me, what is your takeaway from this video? Know that I care enough to read all of them and comment back. Know that I will respond to your emails. And I want to invite those of you who are at home to join my private Facebook group, Dating Tips for Savvy Single Ladies. And those of you who are listening to this on the Dating with Confidence business page, the only place that I answer questions and I'm intimately in touch with my community in person in this live form is that group. And we monitor it carefully. We're making sure me and my team, or my team and I, it's the correct English, my team and I make sure that everybody's safe in there and that you're taken care of. And last but not least, all of this is so that you become your irresistible, unique self that you are. Your unique, irresistible self. Your UIS. Unique, irresistible self that you are. Because when you are irresistible, what does that mean? Quality guys can't resist you. Nobody can resist you. Your friends can't resist you. Opportunities can't resist you. You become the person that attracts all of that. So I want to leave you with this. You're not alone. You have my community and myself behind you. Take these resources. And if you're scared, write to me and say, Raeeka, I'm scared. I need support. Raeeka, I don't know how to do that. Raeeka, what you're telling me makes me wonder, how am I even able to do that? Reach out. That's what I'm here for. But don't do it alone, because I didn't. And I can tell you that after dating 11 men who all cheated on me, including my ex-fiance, who left with a text message, Mary Sex and the City, I would have not in my wildest dreams known that it is possible to have somebody like the love of my life, Tim. And that's because I took risks and I really worked on myself and used my tools to have the courage to do that tactfully, gracefully, and with class. And I want that for you. All right? I hope you have a fabulous weekend. I want to hear from you, so get busy typing. Mwah, mwah. Love you. Bye.